be assembled in Houston. They'll need every single minute to get set up in time. The first job is to move 30,000 pounds of firing equipment to the top of the tallest buildings in the city. But the skyscrapers are shrouded in fog.
How does it look off to your east towards the convention center? Can you see that direction at all, or is it just completely cloud wall?
Where's the convention center?
The third truck is...
John Burson is to oversee the production, but for now, at least, there's not much that he can do.
6 in.
The fog is impenetrable. Only 2 low-level roofs can be reached safely. The rest will have to wait. It's a frustrating start to a long job. The crew must stand by helplessly as the clock ticks on. As soon as a clear patch of sky appears, the team springs into action to make up for lost time. 106 helicopter lifts off 15 rooftops have to be completed before night falls, or the show can't go on as planned. 3,000 racks of mortars need to be moved, but only 20 can be lifted at a time. 2 roof crews and 2 ground crews work non-stop throughout the day. The 2 Sikorsky helicopters have to be supplied for the continuous flow of equipment. At the end of the day, the team has managed to get all the equipment in place. It will take the next week just to set up the thousands of mortars according to Eric's design. With only 3 days left, the crew must now work round the clock. As the city sleeps, 2,000 highly combustible firework shells are carried to the roof of a 50-story building. They may be entertainment explosives, but they're still explosives, and the entire building had to be evacuated for the job. Each firework is carefully loaded into a mortar and connected to a complex circuit board in order for them to fire in time with the music.
We'll be okay together.
Down below, Eric gets the last chance to run through his design with the other members of the show's creative team.
Lasers.
Lasers and lighting will also play a large part in the final show.
Lasers. Then aerials take this. Aerials.
Using sophisticated computer programs, the fireworks have been choreographed so that they don't overshadow the lasers and light displays.
And 6 inch.
Everybody chasing.
Final hit.
Boom. That's it.
The show is ready to roll, but as the day approaches, there is a problem. Inspector Castleberry from the Houston Fire Department won't let the show go on until he's approved every detail. And he's already found a kink that he thinks must be addressed. Worried that the mortars could shift during the show and fire a deadly shell into the crowd, he's demanded that all of them be locked into place with sand.
Yes, sir. That's what I need each one of them to look like.
John believes the inspector is being overcautious, and at the very last minute.
He's trying to add a level of safety, and I can't disagree with that at all. I don't necessarily think that what he's asking makes it safer, but it doesn't make it less safe, certainly.
All of these should be just like that one when they get through with it. I'll check them Friday. Hey, I don't want to have to tell you then that we need more sand.
The inspector has reason to be nervous. Fireworks accidents can be deadly. In May of 2000, in the small town of Enschede, the Netherlands, 100 tons of explosives ignited when a fireworks factory caught fire. Dangerously close to a residential area, the explosions pounded the neighborhood relentlessly for hours. When the fires were finally extinguished, nearly 1,000 people were injured. 400 houses had been destroyed, and at least 20 people were dead. Concerns for safety haunt the team, but the show must go on.
There's a certain point where this thing takes on so much momentum that it's no longer really controllable. It's like a big cannonball. You can kind of change its direction slightly, but there's no way you're stopping it.
At long last, the day of the show arrives. The last of the fireworks are put in place, and the Houston police start to seal off the downtown area. 90 square blocks must be evacuated before the show can begin. A defective fireworks shell falling from the sky could kill anyone straying into the fallout zone. As Eric double-checks everything, he notices one of the firing boards has developed a fault. Now he'll have to painstakingly reload the computer code that controls the firing sequence. Ron Walker is here to supervise the firing of his special custom-made fireworks.
Biggest thing we got going on right now is getting everybody where they belong. You're talking about getting, 40-something people situated.
A friend of mine's little girl drew fireworks, so we're going to make this a good luck patch. At some point, the show will, in fact, look just like this.
Yes. Tonight's for real. There's going to be bombs flying tonight.
Everything is as safe as we have possibly been able to make it, and our confidence is pretty high that this is going to come off, and the only variable that we have right now would be a defective shell.